We have syllabus, screening test, general studies, mental ability, 150 marks maximum. Main examination, two papers. Paper 1, Paper 1, Social History of Andhra Pradesh, the history of various social and cultural movements in Andhra Pradesh, a general view of the Indian Constitution. Paper 1. Paper 2, Indian Constitution. Paper 2, Indian and AP Economy, Science and Technology, 150 marks. Total 300. Syllabus per preliminary examination, general studies and mental ability, events of national and international importance, current affairs, international, national and regional, general science and its application to the day-to-day life, contemporary developments in science and technology and information technology, social, economic and political history of modern India, and with emphasis on Indian national movement, Indian polity and governance, constitutional issues and public policy, reform and e-governance initiatives, Indian army and planning, geography of India with focus on Andhra Pradesh, disaster management, vulnerability profile, prevention and mitigation strategies, application of remote sensing and GIS in the assessment of disaster, sustainable development and environmental protection, logical reasoning, analytical ability and logical interpretation, data analysis and tabulation and data visual representation of data, basic data analysis, summary, statistics such as mean, median, mode and variance and interpretation. Preliminary examination syllabus. Mains examination syllabus. Paper 1, social and cultural history of Andhra Pradesh. Social and cultural history of Andhra Pradesh, geographical features of Andhra, its impact on history and culture, prehistoric cultures, the Shatavahanas, Ikshvakas, socio-economic and religious conditions, literature, art, architecture, Vishnu Kundinas and Eastern Chalukyas of Vengi, Telugu Cholas, society, religion, Telugu language, literature, art and literature, architecture, and second one, various major and minor dynastics that ruled Andhra Pradesh between 11th and 16th centuries, socio-cultural and religious conditions in Andhra Pradesh between 11th and 16th centuries AD, social structure, caste system, status of women, growth of Telugu language, literature, art and architecture and painting, advent of European trade centers, Andhra under the company, 1857, revolt and its impact of Andhra Pradesh establishment, British rule, socio-cultural awakening, Justice Party, self-respect movement, growth of nationalist movement in Andhra Pradesh between 1885 to 1947, role of socialist, communist, anti-Jamindari and Kishan movements, growth of nationalist poetry, revolutionary literature, Nataka, Samsthalu and women participation, origin and growth of Andhra Pradesh, role of Mahasabhas, prominent leaders, events leading to the formation of Andhra Pradesh state 1953, role of press and newspapers in the Andhra movement, role of library movement and folk or tribal culture, events leading to the formation of Andhra Pradesh state, Vishal Andhra Mahasabha, State Reorganization Commission and its recommendations, Gentleman Agreement, impact on social and cultural events between 1956 to and 2014. Paper 1, Indian Constitution. Nature of Indian Constitution, Constitution development, silent features of Indian Constitution, preamble and fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy and their relationship, fundamental duties, directive features, unitary and federal. These are important features. Structure and functions of Indian government: legislature, executive, judiciary. Types of legislature: unicameral, bicameral, executive, parliamentary, judicial review, and judicial activism. Distribution of legislative and executive powers and between the union and the state: legislature, administrative, and financial uh, relations between the union and the state. Powers and functions of the constitutional bodies: UPSC, State Public Submission, CAG, and the Finance Commission. Center-state relations, need for reforms: Rajamannar Committee, Sarkari Commission, Punch Commission. Unitary and federal features of Indian Constitution and amendment process to the Constitution. Centralization was decentralization. Community development programs: Balwant Rai Mehta and Ashok Mehta Committees. 73 and 74th Constitutional Amendment Acts and their implementation. Indian political parties: Indian national, regional, one party, bi-party, and multi-party system. Regionalism and sub-regionalism. Demand for new states: Sri Krishna Committee. National integration, threats to Indian unity. Welfare mechanism in Indian provisions for scheduled castes and tribes and minorities. Reservations for SCs and STs and backward classes. Prevention of SCs and STs atrocity acts, and in national and the states SC and ST OBCs and commissions: Women Commission, National and State Minorities Commission, Human Rights Commission, RTI Lokpal and Lokayukt. Paper 1 syllabus. Paper 1 syllabus and Paper 1 syllabus. Paper 2 Group 2 Paper 2 main examination. Indian and AP economy 75 marks. Indian economy: present status and national income, socio-economic goals and achievements, new economic reforms 1991, regulation of the economy, creation of regulatory bodies, Niti Aayog, cooperative federalism, and decentralization of financial resources, lack of inclusive growth and sustainable development, causes, consequences, and solutions. National income and concepts: gross domestic products, net domestic product, and per capita income. Second one, Indian economic policies: agriculture policies, contribution of agriculture to India's GDP, issues of financing, production, making and distribution of agriculture. Industrial policies: main features of industrial development in India, and sectoral composition, roles of private and public sectors in employment, productivity, role of IT industries in development, money, banking, and public finance. Monetary policy of RBI, fiscal policy objectives, fiscal balance and deficit balance, new foreign trade policy, current account balance, FDI, inflation, its causes and remedies, budget and taxes and non-tax revenue, goods and service tax, economic policies and of Andhra Pradesh, socio-economic welfare programs of government of Andhra Pradesh, composition of population in Andhra Pradesh, rural, urban and sex ratio, age distribution, agriculture and industrial growth and service sector of Andhra Pradesh, contribution of agriculture to income, employment in Andhra Pradesh, land reforms in Andhra Pradesh, cropping pattern, irrigation policy of Andhra Pradesh, sources of agriculture finances, agriculture subsidies, public distribution system in Andhra Pradesh, industrial development in Andhra Pradesh, growth and structure industries, industries development in Andhra Pradesh, growth and structure industries, incentives in industries and industrial corridors, and sales in Andhra Pradesh, bottlenecks of industrial development, power projects, service sectors of Andhra Pradesh, importance, composition and growth with a special reference to power, transport and communication, tourism and information technology in Andhra Pradesh, resource development in Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh budget resources and constraints, fulfillment of the conditions of AP Bifurcation Act, central assistance and issues of conflict, public debt and projects of external assistance. Andhra Pradesh state gross domestic product and comparison with India. Science and technology. National policies in science and technology: It is for 75 marks. 75 marks. Technology in India. S&T infrastructure in India. India's achievements in science and technology, space technology, launch vehicles, satellites, etc., and its applications, defense research and organization, DRDO, vision, mission, and activities, information and communication technology, nature and scope and of ICT and governance, various government schemes promoting use of ICT, governance and services, cyber security, concerns, national crime policy, energy, conventional, non-renewable and non-conventional renewable resources of sources of energy, waste energy, hydrogen, chemical energy, fuel cells, Bharat stage norms, national policies on energy, nuclear technology and its applications, India's nuclear programs, nuclear doctrine of India, nuclear waste management, ecology, basic concepts, environment, ecosystem and its structure, biotic components and function types, BEMS and biosphere, biodiversity, meaning, types, levels, its values, hotspots, threats and its conservation, especially in India. India as a mega biodiversity region, endangered species, wildlife conservation efforts in India, role of national and international organizations in conservation of biodiversity, recent important projects, acts and initiatives in India. Environmental pollution, air, water and soil, noise, radioactive, thermal, light and pollution, etc., sources, impacts and efforts to reduce pollution, solid waste and management, e-waste management alternatives such as biofuels, biopesticides, biofertilizers, impact of transgenics on environment, bio remediation, recent important projects, acts and incentives in India. Environmental challenges like global warming, climate change, initiatives tackle climate change and at national and international, conservation, natural resources, sustainable development.